All right, welcome back to another episode of On the Rocks, episode 9. Yep.
Wow.
Hey, in case you haven't noticed, you got a little, what's that called?
Like a logo?
The logo.
We got a logo.
Or decor.
Oh, I like that. That sounds fancy.
Shout out to Brooke's cousin Jenna. She got that for us. You know that?
Because we hit 10,000 subscribers.
Right. So if you haven't subscribed, you could be the 10,000th and 1th
And
subscriber. So hopefully that's not a distraction. Welcome back, though. Got a lot of things to discuss today. Most recently, New Year's.
Did you get any hate on your top like holidays?
I don't think so. Did you see Kyle Swink's thing?
No.
I like, shout out to Swink. In his top 5, he had like March Madness. Just
I did see that.
I was like, that's a great answer.
Yeah.
And then he had Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
So maybe if you put weekend, maybe you would have.
That's really what I was thinking.
That's what you were thinking. Okay. Those are a couple good answers.
But he also put, and this is what I heard a lot of that upset me, like Thanksgiving was like top
his
tier
number
for
one.
him.
Yeah. I would
No.
have to disagree with that one.
I think a lot of people, I bet him especially,
Teacher.
he's thinking Drunksgiving.
He should have said that.
I bet he's saying Drunksgiving.
That's probably
Thanksgiving itself.
right. We know he didn't mean Thanksgiving.
Well,
We know that he didn't mean.
yeah. He meant the night before.
We knew what he meant. I mean, is that a holiday technically? Drunksgiving.
It's got a name.
It's got a name. A lot of people celebrate it.
I celebrate the shit out of it.
Who do we send that to lock it in as a holiday?
I think that's
Recognized.
Bezos.
I mean, I'm already off work, so
So you don't care.
it doesn't really matter.
I will say the best thing for Thanksgiving now is that the Lions don't suck anymore.
That's fun.
Because the Lions actually are cool to watch now.
Yeah. And did they win? They won on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think
Guess
so.
who didn't win?
Yeah. Your boys?
This team that I'm not even a fan of anymore. So I don't really care.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. No. What did we do New Year's? Oh, it was a crazy one, wasn't it?
We got after it a little bit.
Oh, it's crazy.
Well,
Probably the craziest.
I came over to Tony's house. And
then tell them what happened.
my lady was sick. And your lady was sick. And
And the baby was sick.
so basically me and Tony just got hammered.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
And remember, I was like, well, this is no different than any other time.
Yeah, right.
What do you mean? What's the difference? That might have been the most
That's the most tame New Year's.
tame.
I've
That's
had.
the word I was going to use.
Docile.
Docile?
Is it docile?
I'd go tame.
Yeah,
That
it was
was
a
a
long
tame.
time. Even though you still somehow
I almost didn't make it
like
at 12.
passed out drunk on the couch.
Well, I was tired.
Yeah, you look tired.
I was sleepy. I mean,
You wouldn't let me kiss you at New Year's. I had to kiss Abby.
it's trash. And she's sick, so you're probably sick. That's great.
Yeah.
Played some game. I mean, I didn't have a bad time.
We did play some games.
We made 100 dips.
The guys beat the girls in every game.
Now, I'm not going to say that I hate New Year's, but that's not what we're putting
Just
out.
overrated.
Correct.
Yeah.
I like it. Right? Because it's a opportunity for the friends to get together and drink, and it's fun. I'm just saying overrated. That's
any
all.
opportunity for friendship, I'm here for. I'm a big friendship guy.
Okay. I'll have to
What's
text
it?
the group chat about that one.
What?
I'm just kidding.
You think I'm anti-friendship?
Remember that one time?
Like once in my life, maybe.
You have diabetes. That's
very-
anti-friendship.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
So, speaking of New Year's resolutions,
Did you make one?
no. How do you?
You said no so aggressively.
Okay, now I might get heat for this one. How do you feel about New Year's resolutions?
I think
Do you do one?
I did not do one. I will say I did one last year.
Okay,
I
and
didn't do the one this year.
did it happen?
I think that it happened.
You don't have to share, but
I think I did. I would think I was successful. Here's my thing: is like if you want to do a New Year's resolution, if you think there's something you want to change, sure, yeah, go ahead. Make that
I
happen
hope you're
for you.
successful.
Right.
Right.
If you're a piece of shit the whole year and just one number changing, you're like, man, I got to stop being a piece of shit. Like, why wait?
What? Okay, so
Just do it. Just do it in July.
I agree with you. Not so much the piece of shit part.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think you have to be a piece of shit to fit that.
Okay.
What you were saying, because I got in an argument the other night about this. Like, again, but why do you have to wait
Right.
till the new year? Which really does. I think it makes more sense to make one maybe for your birthday,
Sure.
like a birthday resolution.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
when I turn 30, I'm gonna stop smoking crack or something.
Yeah, I was thinking of like aggressive things. But if you're like,
Right.
hey, my New Year's resolution is I'm going to drink less soda,
Yeah,
then just do that.
yeah. Just do that. Why? Right. That was my whole point, and I got some heat for that. I said, if you want to make one, great. I hope you're successful.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, I think it's kind of silly. If you really want to make a change, just do it. Hey, I'm gonna wake up Saturday and that I'm changing
Right.
this.
The whole New Year, New Me thing, it's like if it meant that much to you, you would have done it when you had the idea.
Right. We're on the same page.
You know what I see a lot of people do? Is like, okay, I'm going to drink, in 2024, I'm going to drink less beer. And they make that decision like on November 1st.
Right.
So then the rest of the year, they're just slamming beer. So you set the bar as low as possible.
It's like,
So then they're like, yeah, I haven't had
yeah.
a beer in an hour.
And how many of those? And I actually looked this up because I was interested. What percentage of people? And I looked this up. I actually have the number. It wasn't Wikipedia either.
Okay.
What percentage of people do you think actually follow through with their New Year's resolution?
Wow. I'm going to say like a third.
So for the lay people, 33.3,
33.3 repeating, of course.
way less.
Way less.
Way less.
5%.
Closer.
What is it?
9%.
Wow.
20. I have this memorized because I've been 23% don't make it through the first week. And it was like 43% don't make it to the end of January. It's like all
bad.
this pizzazz over something you're probably not going to follow through with.
You know what mine was last year? It was to sing more.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Not like
That's a fun
professionally.
one. Yeah, why does it have to be like
But like,
a dramatic change?
right. It's always like, I'm going to get in shape or whatever. It's like, no, you're not.
Right.
We're all like 30 now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This is what our bodies look like.
Yeah, it's just not gonna. I actually did go to the gym today.
Yeah.
There's a new bar in town called Gym. Gym.
Slim Jim.
Maybe. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. I was to sing more and I think I did a good job. Like on car rides by myself, I'm jamming out.
Good for you.
Yeah. Belting it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably need to make a few changes, but I'm not gonna let
more than a few, probably. Yeah.
maybe like 3.
Do you know what I do love right now about this podcast is we both look like we just woke up from naps.
Well, you actually just did.
I had one of the best naps ever.
Yeah. I went to the gym.
Actually.
Did arms, if you can't tell.
Do your arms know that?
They're kind of hurt.
Was it this little one? Or you go to the school?
No, I get Anytime Fitness right here.
Cool.
Yeah, but yeah, it's tough. It's tough to get to the gym. I think.
Okay, so I think we should make a bullshit New Year's resolution. That means nothing.
That doesn't count. All right.
Like if it doesn't happen, it means nothing.
All right. I'm going to try and hit the lottery.
I'm gonna have a better kill-death ratio in Call of Duty.
Okay, so you need to write down what it is now.
It's probably like a -7.
So
It's bad.
so there's a lot of upside. There's a good
pretty much
chance.
only get better.
Right. Right. Okay. And I see all these people on like Facebook like letting us know whatever. But that's like a laundry list. You're setting yourself up for or are they making this long list and hopefully they get some of them? Is that the idea? Or is it you make one and you got to nail it? Do you know what I mean?
if you're putting all of that stuff on Facebook, I hope one of your resolutions should just be to post less. Because I don't care
Yeah.
about all of yours.
Yeah.
You know? Especially...
Yeah, I don't understand that one. But
Yeah.
I hope it comes
things,
true. That's what we're saying.
Pick one.
You think pick one?
I think one.
I'm okay with the list. And if you're like, let's say you make a list of 5 things you really, and you're like, oh, I want to at least do 3 of these.
Sure.
I think that's probably a better...
If they're realistic.
Right. I think it's probably a better idea than choosing one thing that's really, really hard and then not accomplishing it.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
But who am I? What do I know?
Yeah. What are you, my therapist, dude?
Yeah, what am I talking about? Who gives a shit what I think?
Well,
Right.
the listeners, apparently.
Yeah, maybe.
So, so you know what else? Why don't we have resolutions like 4th of July, right in the middle of the year? Why don't we have I'm going to start posting on 4th of July recaps. Hey, everyone, those people who post those Facebook statuses, I'm going to go comment on them on the 4th of July and say, where are we at?
Where are we at?
You're halfway through the year.
Right.
What's the progress?
How we're halfway there.
How are we doing?
Yeah. It's kind of like that Bon Jovi song.
Every Bon Jovi song, he just repeats the chorus like 47 times.
Living on a prayer
Right.
That's fine.
I love Living on a Prayer. He's got like 2 hooks. The last 2 minutes of Living on a Prayer is just the chorus on repeat.
It's great every time.
Love Bon Jovi.
Yeah, John Bon Jovi. John Bon Jovi.
What a name. Is that his real name?
I think that's his name. I don't know if it's his government name.
You know what I just heard on the radio today, and it made me think? Is Ludacris's real name Chris?
I don't think so.
You think it's Ludacris?
No. No, I don't. I don't think. No. There's a lot of people that, their names have nothing even to do with... I think Akon's name is 98 syllables long. Have you seen that?
It's super African, yeah.
Yeah. Who else? Nelly. Not his real name.
No.
Seal.
Not a seal.
Not first of all, not a seal.
A person.
Yeah. Steve O. Yeah, right. Guarantee your middle name's not O.
There's so many celebrities that change their names. I just want to give a shout out to Billy Bob Thornton for not changing his name.
Yeah, keeping it real.
And helping save the world on several
occasions. You already know Armageddon.
Yeah.
What's the other occasion? Bad News Bears?
Yeah.
He did save the world in that one, didn't he?
Yeah.
You're right.
On a smaller scale.
So he's also in one of my favorite movies. Very small cameo. You won't get this.
I'm not even going to waste the time.
He is in one of my favorite movies.
Okay. What is he in? Is he in...
He's a cameo.
Is he in Tombstone?
Yeah. He in one of the very beginning scenes, he's playing...
I got that, though.
That was good. Nice job. Playing a blackjack dealer. And Wyatt Earp goes in there, Kurt Russell, and yanks his ass out of there because he's not playing fair.
Oh, Billy Bob is the dealer?
Yeah. And Kurt Russell goes in there and grabs him by his ear.
Oh.
After he smacks him.
Grabs a grown man by his ear.
Grown man. And then...
Come on, Billy Bob.
Yeah. And then he comes back and he's going to shoot him. And Doc Holliday's, no, don't do that. He's like, leave the... Oh, it's great. What am I going to explain the whole movie?
Yeah, right. Just act it out.
I just got excited. You know how I feel about that movie.
We might need to do best movie lines. Individual lines. Not today.
Or best acting.
Yeah.
Because you already my number 1.
If anybody has requests for top 5s.
Which they probably don't.
Send it our way.
Yeah.
Send it to our MySpace account.
AIM.
On the... Okay.
AIM.
Messenger,
yeah. I'm still using that. So,
yeah.
It's my burner account.
Can I say something about the nap that I had earlier real quick?
You can.
I thought that you needed to be asleep for 2 hours to have a deep enough sleep to have a dream. I was asleep for 20 minutes, and I swear I had
You had a dream?
a crazy dream.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You took a 20-minute nap?
Yeah.
They say that's the perfect nap is 26 minutes?
I don't know. Do they say that?
I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
Precisely.
Around
26
there.
minutes.
Around there. My naps are 2 hours.
You just went back to sleep.
Pretty much. I should probably sleep better than or nap better than I sleep.
I will say I set an alarm and it went off, and I was on my couch, and when it went off, I did not know what was happening. I was ready to get ready for work.
That's great.
My New Year's resolution is to take more naps.
Take more naps. That's not bad. I would. You wake up at 4. That's pretty impressive. I'd be napping all the time.
Lame.
What else? College football playoffs.
Hey, both picks.
You have both picks.
Both
right,
picks.
Right. Phenomenal games, by the way.
Did you stay up and watch the Washington game?
I literally bitched about it for 2 weeks and said I'm not staying, but I stayed up.
Yeah.
Till it was 1 a.m.
Insane.
It ended at yeah.
I did not.
I was upset.
I went to bed at halftime.
So I woke up to go back to work after a week off on like 5 hours sleep.
Yeah.
Wasn't happy. But the game was, I'm glad I stayed because it was a sick game.
I heard the end was nuts. I saw the highlights. When the Michigan game was going into overtime, and they were like, yeah, we're going to delay the start of the Cotton Bowl 30 minutes. I was like, dude, I am not going to get any sleep.
No. It's, but both games were really good. It's great. I think they got it right. Georgia kicking the shit out of Florida State. Doesn't surprise?
Does not mean anything.
Okay.
That does not mean Florida State should not have been in the playoffs.
Really?
That doesn't mean anything. It is irrelevant to the discussion.
You think
it is totally irrelevant?
You think didn't really care?
Well, 38 players for Florida State didn't play in that game. 38.
Is that like with all the NIL and shit?
All the opt-outs, all the transfers.
That's a totally different.
38, even to the point that the head coach of Georgia was like, they need to do something about this.
Right, Kirby Smart came out and said that.
But
they do, which they do.
Here's my point. The whole point of sports and the point of the process is to pick the teams that won their way in. You don't just pick who I think is the best teams, because then Eli Manning doesn't beat Tom Brady 2 times. Then you never get those moments in sports. Florida State went undefeated, won their conference. They should have been in. That's it. It doesn't matter if they're the best or not.
I think we're already past that discussion. So you can leave that in 2023.
I tell you what, Bama, even though that game was close, they looked. That was the worst Bama team I have ever seen.
I just hate the call at the end.
Oh, terrible.
A straight up quarter. I agree with Jaden Milroe running the ball.
Give him an option or something.
Option, RPO, spread them out and let him use his leg and run it.
You literally ran where Michigan's the best.
Right. Yeah, that didn't make any sense at all.
Also, I was sitting at home on my couch, and I was like, blast.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You have any proof?
No.
Okay, so
they called 2 timeouts. They had 5 minutes, and then that's what they come up with.
Yeah.
But Michigan did try their hardest to lose the game.
After 2 timeouts.
Yeah, that's what you come up with.
But Alabama was winning.
Yeah.
They gave up that lead with 3 minutes left.
Michigan should have won by at least 10, I'm going to say. At least 10. But they tried so hard. Their special teams was horrible.
Did you watch the end of the Washington game?
No. I watched the highlights.
They tried to lose.
Texas came all the way down.
Yeah, they tried. They roughed the punt returner. They got a penalty. A couple different things happened. They didn't run the clock. The guy got hurt. Running back got hurt, so they had to use a timeout to save more time for Texas. It was just things just started. I was like,
yeah,
is Texas really about to do this? And then the Texas quarterback just doesn't really give that guy a shot. And that guy's a freak athlete, that number 5.
Well, they scored on that same play to that same guy.
Yeah.
They were just hoping he would make a play.
Yeah, give it to your best player. But it was the ball wasn't a great ball.
You know who was throwing dimes? Penix for Washington.
That guy.
Dude, his deep balls.
That guy is
good. He was putting it I think in the first quarter they had 3 passes of 60 yards.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
He threw for 430 yards.
That's awesome.
Their offense is fun to watch.
And Texas's defense is really good.
Yeah. They are fun to watch, though.
So if I can rewind to my picks,
You're correct.
I said 1 and 2, and then I said Washington beats Michigan.
Didn't I say Michigan, Washington too?
I think you were just copying me.
Yeah. You can imagine.
We wanted horns up though.
Yeah, we wanted horns. I don't
Horns
know. Watching Washington, I'm like, I wanted them to win.
These
They're
teams
just
are
more exciting to.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think it's gonna work out.
I think Washington pulls it out.
I'd be a fan of that. I'm in favor of that.
Because no one on the planet can cover. What's the guy's name? Odunze?
Odunze. They have like 3 really good receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Penix, I don't know how you game plan for that guy because he can run the ball too.
Yeah, and they have a good running back.
He's the one who got hurt.
Their line is good too, but dude, Michigan was destroying Alabama's line.
When did Washington even get good at football?
They've always been good. Like they had Jake Browning and they were solid. They had Jake Locker and they were solid. They've always been close, but they've lost out to Oregon or USC.
Yeah, they've never been on like this level.
I don't think they may have made the college football playoffs once or twice.
I don't think so. Who was the team that got? No, it was TCU.
TCU got walloped last year.
Yeah, was it maybe Washington was the year before?
No, I don't think Washington's made it for a couple of years. It was one of the earlier rounds of the playoffs, but they've made it before, but they lost.
Do you think 12 is the right amount of teams for the playoff?
If 64 teams can make the NCAA championship,
It's
12 teams can make.
You cannot compare the 2 games. You can't do that.
I don't
You
think
can play 100
I would
games
say
of basketball.
At most you go 16, but I like 12.
I liked 8 because I think if you just took the top 6, if you had 6, that would have been an incredible playoff. I think any of those top 6 had reason to be in the.
Okay, so what
Obviously wanted to.
is your question? Who has the best chance, or what do I want to watch? Because
Who deserves to be in?
like, does that 12 seed have a chance at beating number 1 Michigan?
Yes.
Almost every year
Yes.
is going to be a very, very unlikely.
Yeah, but they have a chance.
But you said you don't like 12.
I agree. I think it should be 8 or 10.
Why not 12?
Who was the 12 seed this year?
Maybe Ole Miss.
Ole Miss was 11 because Penn State was 10.
Penn State was 10, yeah.
Right. So Ole Miss, I don't know who 12 was. I mean, it's all about money in the end.
Right.
We'll see. I mean,
But what's a more entertaining product?
But also one's not going to play 12.
No.
Right? 12 play.
But if
5.
12 wins,
Yeah.
like the argument I hear people say against the 12-team playoff is that 12 seed never has a chance.
Okay.
I don't care because the 16 seed in NCAA never has a chance. It's not about that.
I don't know. I think it's different with football.
I
A
think
contact physical sport.
I think that 12 seed, that lower seed in football has a way better chance of winning. And also you get more cool matchups that you don't get to see. And I think by extending the playoffs, you get a lot less people opt out of their bowl game.
Right.
Like Penn State had 4 people, their 4 best players, not play.
Yes, yeah. They got to do something about that.
Well, I think expanding the playoffs means your team now has a better chance at winning the championship instead of a bowl game that means nothing. So those players are more likely to stay for the bowl.
What if they did top 10?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm cool with
Or
that.
what would the top 2 get a bye?
1 and 2, yeah. I mean, right now 1 through 4 get a bye next year.
Yes, yeah. I think 8 or 10. But it's going to be better than 4.
It'll definitely be better than 4 because Oregon was very good this year, and they did not make it.
Yeah, and like Georgia,
27 games in a row they won.
I still don't think if Florida State has all their players, Georgia doesn't win. I think Georgia still wins by 3 touchdowns.
I do think Georgia's the better team,
Yeah.
but one team went undefeated.
And then lost by 60. It didn't help their case.
Their backups lost by 60.
Okay, well, then why did Georgia's players play then? If they had nothing to play for either.
I don't know.
They need fixed. Well, that's a whole nother topic, I think. Discussing NIL, transfer portal, all that, opting out.
It's going to come down to like contracts.
Probably.
Like they're going to have to
You're
sign
a
contracts.
contract. Yeah. Your scholarship is a contract.
Speaking of transfer portal, have you seen the Dr. Pepper transfer portal commercial?
No.
You know, like the Fansville commercials?
No.
The Dr. Pepper, where the dude's got like the face paint and he's like, I'm a fan.
Oh, yeah.
The one where like they're sitting there drinking Dr. Pepper on the porch and a portal just opens and starts sucking people into it.
I haven't seen that.
And he's like, it's the transfer portal. It's going crazy.
I have not seen that.
That's all. It's funny.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah. Shout out Dr. Pepper. How are you going to tell me you have 26 flavors?
Well, I'm not a Dr. Pepper guy.
It's just one flavor.
Right. I think, is it 26 ingredients or 26 flavors?
They claim 26 flavors.
Yeah, that's nonsense. And it doesn't matter because Mr. Pibb is better.
Okay, but didn't we do a taste test and you couldn't tell the difference?
I had COVID or something.
Didn't we do that?
I think, we did it with,
Or was that Diet Coke?
I thought it was with Coke and Diet Coke.
I think it was.
Or it was with, it might have been Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb.
I'm pretty sure we did that, and I'm pretty sure you either couldn't tell the difference or
it was very close.
Dr. Pepper.
Mr. Pibb's better, doesn't matter.
Well, Dr. Pepper's more educated.
And that's true.
So
I didn't think about that. Damn it. I'm going to write that down.
Speaking of flavors, are you aware of the altercation? I'm gonna use the word altercation between our two.
First of all, you don't even know what that
lady friends. Your wife and my fiance.
They had a fight?
They did not have a fight. I'm gonna say they had the opposite of a fight.
And what is that? What were we talking about?
Your breastfeeding wife let my fiance try some of the breast milk.
I did hear about this. I didn't think it was going to make it on here, but good.
She said it was like sugary milk.
So like sweet cream.
She compared it to ice cream.
Was it straight from the?
I don't know.
I have nipples, Greg.
That was my first thought when she told me. Can you milk me?
Oh my god.
I don't know if it was like an udder.
Maybe it was like they were at a coffee shop and they needed some creamer.
I like to picture it as them like at other tables and she like arced it into the.
For the sake of this, let's say it was mouth to
to areola.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, I had heard about this. Yeah,
I
thought it was just a rumor though.
That's all the information that I have.
Okay, so we'll have to investigate that.
Yeah. Apparently, it doesn't taste bad though.
I'm a fan. I'm not mad. That's a friendship thing right there.
That's big friendship.
Would you try my milk if I had some?
Honestly, if I had some Oreos or something, probably.
Right. But
sober, no.
Oh no.
I want to say no.
You would have to.
But I know that after like a few.
Yeah, remember that time Travis did a shot out of your belly button and I puked?
Didn't you throw up?
I gagged. It was disgusting.
What was disgusting? My belly button?
I think how deep it was.
It's pretty deep.
That was.
If you take a body shot out of my belly button, it's a full shot. It might be a double shot.
You're getting like pancreas fluid or something. I don't know what's close to there.
I don't know. I get a lot of lint in my belly button.
Good. That's good to know. Good to know. Let's move on for the viewers' sake.
Sorry.
I don't think they want to hear about your.
Your
lint. You sick fuck.
Yeah. Sorry.
But we did get some other flavor on New Year's. We made some wings. Wings are. I could eat chicken wings every day.
Top 3 food. Yeah.
I could eat chicken wings every single day. I think.
Yeah, I agree. Easy top 3 food.
Yes. Ever.
Yeah.
And I don't mind boneless. Depending on where I'm at.
Okay.
So like Buffalo Wild Wings, when I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, I get their boneless wings. When I would go to the Green Turtle, I would get their boneless wings.
Do you eat them with a fork?
Yeah. Is that wrong?
I don't like that.
What if they come saucy? Like if they weren't saucy, then I would probably just dip them. That didn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense.
If they have sauce on them, you use a fork? You don't want to get your little fingies wet?
I think both times I use a fork.
Even if they're
boneless, yeah.
See, that bothers me.
Okay.
Because the way to eat wings is to get messy.
Right, which is why
It'd be like eating chili with a fork.
Or ice cream.
It's just wrong.
ice cream before.
Well, yeah, sure.
But that's why. Well, usually I get bone-in, but there's one place, Upper Deck,
Best wings.
Best Wings. You will not get a better deal than 2 pounds of wings for $10.
And they're
And
large.
and they're big.
They're large wings.
The flavors there. There's 100 flavors.
Yeah. We're slowly working on combining every flavor.
Every flavor. You guys have gotten pretty far with that.
We've gotten pretty far and also have not gotten anywhere. There's so many combinations.
Think about that. There's probably endless.
Of all the wet, dry combinations, sauces and dry rubs, we're almost done that. Which is probably in itself like close to 200 combinations.
And you're a dry guy, right? You're a seasoning guy.
I'm a seasoned guy with everything, not just wings, but like barbecue. Like you give me a nice platter of ribs, I want a dry rub on that. I don't want a sauce.
I'm a sauce guy. I like doing sauces.
I think sauces, like they're usually thick and they usually are more overpowering than like the actual flavor of the meat. Like I think seasonings enhance the meat, where I think sauces like take over the meat.
Okay. And then ranch or blue cheese?
I'm a ranch guy.
I'm a ranch guy. I will say, with hot wings, I'll do blue cheese.
I'm okay with that.
And there's like people, we'll call them children, that hate blue cheese. Like, and I think I used to be like that, but then
Yeah.
I turned 22.
And you were like, I'm gonna try it.
Like, I'll try some blue cheese with some hot wings.
You know why? Because when
Makes
you're
sense.
like 7 years old, someone goes, "Hey, blue cheese is mold, by the way," and then
Oh,
people
yeah.
are like, "That's gross."
I think of the movie Snow Dogs. Remember the guy Cuba Gooding just tastes a block of blue cheese, I think.
Yeah.
And it wasn't very good. I think people were traumatized by that.
I'm not like a ranch blue cheese hater.
Right.
I prefer ranch, but if you're a blue cheese guy, okay.
Yeah,
Do you know?
yeah, that's.
All right, let me ask you this: drums or flats?
Oh, I'm flats all the way. I'm flats.
I have been a flats guy historically. I'm transitioning to a drums guy.
It is
Because it's
2023.
easier-
You can transition. That's fine.
It's 2024 now.
Oh, 24.
Yeah.
So you're probably already.
I'm mid transition.
You're mid. Dang. So drums. You think it's easier to?
If it's like a hot wing and it needs a little bit of ranch or blue cheese to cut that heat,
Yeah.
drums are better for dipping. Because every time I dip a flat,
It is a weird.
you gotta like kind of get like a
Right.
schloop.
You're like a mechanic.
Yeah. With a drum, I just bam,
Okay.
and I'm in.
I don't not like drums, but again, if you just asked me if I prefer.
Yeah.
It's not like I hate them.
What do you think about people who go to a restaurant and they say, "Hey, waiter, give me only flats"?
See, that's bullshit.
Don't do
You
that.
can't. You're just an asshole.
Yeah.
Do you know somebody that does that?
I won't name them, Tyler.
Meat wouldn't do that.
I mean, maybe he hasn't done it, but he's thought about it.
I'm sure everybody's thought about that.
As someone who has worked in kitchens before, don't do that.
Yeah, that's a bullshit move.
Because we would pre-bag the wings as a mix,
Right.
but not an exact mix. So sometimes I'm opening 3 or 4 bags of wings to get you your 15 flats.
Or I like what is it Upper Deck that does it? You can request all flats or all drums, and it's like $2 more.
That's not at the deck, but
I think Memories does it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
That's fine. I'm
That's-
okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then also the next guy, he's getting all drums.
He's getting screwed over.
He's getting all the drums that you didn't want.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. And I tried the wings from Lazy Fish
Oh,
that you told me. Those were was like spicy honey, spicy Asian or something.
it's like a Asian-y, like a sweet red chili sauce, but there's like more to it.
Yeah, they were really good. I mean, they don't even bring you out ranch, and I have to have something to dip them in, and I just ate it by itself, and they were delicious. Shout out to Lazy Fish. That place is pretty damn good.
Different style wings though. Like,
Yes.
they're fancy.
They were fancy. They were like on a bowl of
What is that stuff?
the white
Yeah.
string.
Could you eat it?
No,
I
is it
haven't-
edible?
I hope so.
It
I
probably
haven't-
doesn't taste like anything. It's probably like lettuce or something.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. Dude, I was thinking about downtown because we went there and then went to that record store. Downtown Frederick, I feel like if you weren't around, if you didn't live around here, not that I don't think it's nice, but downtown Frederick's like a pretty sweet place.
It's pretty cool.
Like,
Yeah.
I think we might take it for granted because
Yeah, we've been here.
we've been here forever and we live, right? But I'm just thinking, like, as an outsider, if you came to downtown, like, there's a million bars, all the restaurants are good.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, compare it to like where we went to college, Salisbury. There's like 4 bars. They're all spread out.
well, they had a downtown area, but nobody ever went.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like nice, it's clean. Like,
I wish there was like one more bar you could go to watch sports.
yeah, they don't really, I guess, Shuck and Shack is the sports
Right.
bar, only one really. They used to have a Green Turtle, but I guess there was fights there all the time.
A lot, apparently.
Yeah, I think that's where the plaza is now.
No, that's like it's like an ice cream shop now.
Oh,
South Mountain.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but downtown's cool.
Lazy Fish wings are excellent. I'm gonna put them just behind Upper Deck because Upper Deck is just a basic,
Yeah.
good chicken wing.
And
Lazy
we're-
Fish is too fancy to be in the number 1 spot.
And you're gonna get a beer there for $3.
At the Deck,
Yeah,
happy hour, rail vodka sodas, $2.
that's insane.
Yeah.
Drink 100 of them.
Well, what flavors did you make on New Year's? Because you made 2 of your own wings.
Yeah, I did that. What I did, Old Bay hot sauce with honey mustard and barbecue sauce, and then I tried to replicate the Lazy Fish wings. Didn't, but it was like a Japanese barbecue sauce.
Good.
There was, yeah, I still think they were good. Yeah, wings. They're all time. I'll never not love wings.
Chicken wings tops. I was gonna say top spot. Maybe.
What?
Maybe 2
What?
in my top elite foods.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
That's another.
I've
that might be a
never,
three
I've never
part.
had bad. I don't think I've ever had bad chicken.
I've had
wings.
bad chicken wings 1 time that I can think of.
Is it because they were not cooked all the way,
No,
or they just sucked?
they just sucked.
See, I've never. I feel like anywhere you go, wings are.
It was in Frederick. I don't want to name the place,
Don't do that.
but they were really tiny, and they tasted like they were cooked in like boiling water instead of like fried. Like they were like runny, and they had like no flavor. I literally, this won't surprise you, they were so bad. I downloaded Yelp
Oh my god.
to leave. Like I didn't have Yelp. I downloaded it to leave a message.
To complain about, you would do that.
Yeah.
Did you say anything to the waiter?
No, we got them delivered.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a you thing to do.
I'm not that guy.
Oh, okay. You are that guy.
I have been on occasion when
On occasion.
when it needs to happen. Okay.
Okay.
Better leave it anonymously on Yelp than to berate the waiter who didn't have anything to do with it.
That's fair.
You know.
Yeah, I guess that's okay.
At least I take it off the field.
Yeah, I guess that's okay.
Well, I made some chicken wings too.
You made like the whole thing though.
It was the only thing they had at Weiss.
Yeah, but you know you're supposed to cut them.
Well, maybe I just thought you deserved a jumbo chicken.
Did you
wing.
know that though?
To cut them?
Yeah, yeah, and you get a flattened drum out of it.
Well, some places do the jumbo wings though. Like Shuck and Shack does that,
Oh, did they?
or they used to.
No, they were still good.
I did
But when
like
when I think chicken like wings, I'm thinking like drums or flats, not like a whole.
Yeah, I agree.
Not that they were good. I'm gonna reheat them for dinner tonight.
What do you think about people who call boneless wings chicken nuggets?
I think that's a little not true. I wouldn't call them that.
What is the difference between a boneless wing and a
When
chicken
I'm
nugget?
thinking chicken nuggets, I'm thinking like McDonald's chicken nugget. But I mean, it kind of is. Like the Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Yeah. It's meat.
I don't
It's
know.
breaded.
I guess technically,
It's an adult chicken nugget.
well, it's called an adult chicken nugget.
I'm okay with that.
I'm good with that.
All right.
And I like Buffalo Wild Wings adult chicken nuggets.
Asian zing.
Those are pretty damn good. I like that. It's a good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang. Oh, I gotta tell you, I watched Dave Chappelle put out a new special last night. That guy, if there's anybody who's just trying to get canceled, but just doesn't care, it's him.
Worse than I don't think the other ones are that bad, but people were really upset about some of them.
I mean, they're always going to be.
But this one, like, he goes for it.
It's similar to the other ones. I don't think it was as funny. I mean, it was funny, but I don't think it was as funny. But he's unbelievable. I think he's the GOAT, like, of stand-up.
Chappelle has this like air about him now, where he can go on and talk, and it's almost like it doesn't have to be funny.
Yeah.
Because he's just like talking about stuff, and you're
Right.
just like interested because it's Chappelle.
Yeah. But he has a way of doing it where you're like locked in. You're like, what is he gonna say at the end to make this into a joke?
Right. Yeah.
Like he tells a story, or he'll talk about like a serious issue, and then get to his point. And it's like, and then he says something just so ridiculous, and the end is so damn funny.
I'm okay with Chappelle being the number one. I think he's amazing.
He's definitely, I think, the greatest of all. Have you ever watched Richard Pryor?
Yeah.
Like they say he's the GOAT. Like in that time era. Like,
Yeah.
I've watched him, and I guess for that time it was probably funny. I didn't really find it funny, but at that time he was like the first one to like kind of do it. I guess
He and George Carlin's kind of a similar way. People
Carlin.
talk about Carlin a lot, and a lot of Carlin's stuff is like, God's not real.
Yeah.
But I guess like back in the day, they were the first two people to not make jokes about like shining your shoes or whatever.
Right. Right. Yeah, he's You have a top three, real quick?
Top three comedians
Stand-up comedian.
of all time.
Sure.
I don't know if I can do
Your favorite.
My favorites.
So are they different?
They are different.
Okay.
100% they're different.
Okay.
My favorites. Well, my number one favorite is Mike Birbiglia.
I do know that.
Mike Birbiglia's storytelling is amazing. If you watch his Netflix special called My Girlfriend's Boyfriend, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you watch the whole thing, he's just telling a story the entire set. Like the whole hour, it's one story. But he like starts out telling you a story, and then he like goes back and tells you another story, and then goes back off that and tells you another story. So he never finishes the first story he's telling you until the last like 2 minutes of the set. Like he starts it and then tells jokes for an hour, and then goes back and finishes all the other stories. It's like Inception, but funny.
Okay. Fair enough.
Number two, I'm gonna say I haven't watched this guy's specials in a while actually, but I was gonna say Daniel Tosh.
Oh,
Daniel Tosh's very different style of comedy. Like Mike Birbiglia is he's got like more of, I would say, like an act about him because it's more of a storytelling. Mm-hmm. Daniel Tosh is just ripping jokes, and his delivery's great.
Yeah. And he does it, and they're very.
Yeah,
they're
he's pushing the line.
Correct.
Like Daniel Tosh's Happy Thoughts, his whole bit about the kid getting his head punted because he went to go find the hat.
Insane.
And then he compares it to Janikowski on the Raiders.
Yeah.
But that special's filmed in San Francisco.
Oh my gosh.
That whole delivery is one of the best bits
ever. We haven't heard about him in a long time.
Yeah, when Happy Thoughts came out, he was the number one comic in the world. That's how he got Tosh.0, and then he came out with one more special.
So he did stand-up comedy before Tosh.0?
That's how he got it.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
No.
Okay.
And then three spot, I'll say Chappelle.
Okay.
But Chappelle is the GOAT out of those three. I just enjoy Birbiglia more because of his style.
Okay. So I'm putting Chappelle at 1. I think he slowly made it in as my favorite, and I think he's just the GOAT. 2, probably put Ralphie May.
Oh,
dude, Ralphie
I
May
don't even
was
think about Ralphie. That's a good one.
Big, fat, but he was so funny. R.I.P. R.I.P. I'm gonna plug Cat Williams. I'm gonna plug a single. You already know it.
Yeah.
I think Cat Williams. I think it's the Pimp Chronicles, where he's in that green outfit.
Yeah.
That to me is the funniest stand-up I've ever watched.
And he is sweaty.
And he just brings Lil Jon out on stage.
Yeah.
He's just like dancing. That to me is probably the funniest set I've ever watched. Not my top 3. Number 3 might have to be Bill Burr.
Bill Burr's excellent.
Bill Burr is hilarious.
Another guy who doesn't care.
No, and that's like I think that's why they're my favorites. Like all the guys I named, like they don't care about offending whoever. Like they don't care about being canceled. Like I feel like they know what a lot of people are thinking but won't say.
Yeah.
And they have a great way of like being funny about it.
Yeah.
Like and they pick on everybody. There's nobody excused from being joked on or this or that. Like I think that's
Yeah, and Bill Burr, like Ralphie May and Chappelle have like very well thought out jokes that will be like aggressive or like rude or whatever.
Yeah.
Bill Burr will just like say it.
yeah, and he's just angry.
Yeah.
He's just an angry red.
Which is awesome. You
So
can always see the veins.
Ricky Gervais, you ever listen to him?
Yeah, Ricky Gervais.
He's
is
another
good.
one who just does not care.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Like, some of the newer talent,
I do not like Matt Rife.
I don't think
He does good crowd work, but like
Yes.
his actual material is not funny.
Did you watch his new special?
Yeah. Oh, I like got a little bit into it, and I was like, I just don't enjoy this.
I think his looks might have gotten maybe. No, I don't want to say that. That's not right. I shouldn't have said that. But you think he looks like a woman?
I think he looks like he got some work done for sure.
Yeah.
There is a photo specifically of Matt Rife that I use as a reference. Nothing against trans people, but he looks like one.
He looks like.
If you're gonna tell me that's his real jawline, like I don't
Right.
believe that for a
Well, maybe
second.
he just got a jaw job.
He got something done for sure.
Okay.
Which is, dude, no, hey,
Yeah.
if you get work done and you make $10 million a second, like good for
Yeah.
you, dude.
Yeah. And let me see. I'll say, you know how much I love Joe Rogan.
Not a good stand-up guy.
Not a good. I don't. But that's where he like got his start. Was doing stand-up comedy. I think of all the things he does, that's the worst.
He's funnier on Fear Factor.
Yeah. He like fights a guy.
Because when he does stand-up, he's just like, what if Los Angeles is like a virus and humans shouldn't exist? I'm like,
Right. And like dolphins or
what are the jokes, man?
I mean, I feel like his people like him just because he's Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
But I don't really find him, and I love me some Joe Rogan. Bert Kreischer, I don't think he's funny.
I think Bert is overrated. Yeah. I think of Bert as like this era's Dane Cook.
Dane Cook, you didn't like Dane Cook?
No, I like Dane Cook, but Dane Cook got a lot of hate from comics for being like super animated and just telling weird stories and like being handsy. And that's kind of what Bert does. He just takes his shirt off and yells.
It's just like, oh, let me take my shirt off and people laugh.
Yeah.
I'll tell the machine joke.
Yeah, right. He does get made fun of a lot for that, though. For having the machine as a bit.
Oh, really?
Like, a lot of other comics are like, oh, are you going to tell the machine again?
Do you think Tom Segura is funny?
I was a fan of Tom Segura, but not a huge fan of Tom Segura. And then I got tickets to see him live, and he was excellent live.
He was good.
He was really good.
I can't find him funny.
I did have a guy, I was hanging out with one of my parents' friends, and I do comedy, obviously, so we were talking about it, and he was like...
Since when?
I've never been good at it, but I've done it.
I was just going to say.
So he was like, hey man, you got to listen to this comic I found on YouTube. He's a new guy. I've never heard of him before, but I just started seeing his stuff on YouTube, and he does not care. He was like, he's super aggressive, like will make fun of anyone. Big fat white dude. And I was like, are you sure it's a new guy? He was like, yeah, I just started seeing his stuff on YouTube, like never heard of him. I was like, is it Ralphie May? And he was like, yeah. I'm like,
Ralphie May, yeah.
he's dead. He's been dead for like 10 years.
Yeah. But he would say some wild stuff.
Yeah, dude, his whole thing about the black movie theater and going scuba diving.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
He was another one. But he would perform like at like a BET set or whatever. Like people they loved him. Who else? Freaking
Ralphie May's giant orange leather jacket.
ostentatious.
Yeah, dude, that's one of the best ones.
It's out of control. Shane Gillis is pretty funny.
Shane Gillis is funny. I
He's
emailed Shane Gillis to try to come on my show at the Upper Deck. He hasn't responded. So if you guys could share this to Shane, I got a spot for you.
Where does he live to where that would be a thing?
I don't know, but
Just he lives in
I'll
California.
just,
He's gonna come all the way.
shoot my shot.
Yeah.
Well, I figured like, hey, if you've got a gig in DC or Baltimore and you want to parlay it into another
fair. You know who might
paycheck.
fit great at the upper deck? Theo Vaughn.
Yeah. Theo's becoming more expensive than Shane Gillis, though.
Dude, Theo Vaughn, I think, is one of the funniest people on the plane.
I like Theo's podcast.
His banter and podcast.
But
yes.
I don't think stand-up is funny.
I would agree with that. I watched his first stand-up. Obviously, it's not going to be at his best, but I didn't think it was that good. But like his podcast, where he's like says just random stuff.
He's one of the funniest dudes ever.
He's wired differently.
He just needs to be not scripted. Like he's conversationally funny.
Yes.
But when you have, it's like he doesn't have the brain power to think that much for.
When he makes like references, like, oh, this looks like a. It's like, dude, what?
Yeah.
It's so funny every time.
He's also super ugly.
Well, I think if he just like didn't have the weird ass.
Doesn't he have like a weird body? Doesn't he have like a small torso and long legs, or like vice versa or something?
I think he's probably.
I don't think
just
he's
a short guy.
I don't think he's proportionate.
It's from here up. He has like a. I don't know what it's like a. 80s skis. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's weird.
I was gonna try and.
I don't think it's a mullet.
He has like
But
a mullet.
It was
though.
a
Like,
mullet. It's not a full. Like once it comes up here.
Like I bet if he just had a nice, clean cut haircut, he would not look ridiculous.
I don't think.
Or is it part of his act?
It's got Dude. If he looked clean, like shaped up.
Nobody would believe him.
Yeah.
It could be.
He'd be like, "This is the weirdest, handsome guy ever."
Oh my god.
Like Ralphie May. Let me ask you this: Ralphie May loses weight. He gets down to 150 pounds.
Funny?
Is he as funny?
No.
I say no way.
It's part of the act.
Part of the reason he's able to push the boundaries on like some of his minority jokes is because he's 500 pounds. He's like, I am my own.
Right.
I got my own thing going on.
Oh my god, yeah, he was a good one. I like those blue collar comedy guys. You ever watch? Like,
Yeah.
I went and saw Ron White. He was really funny.
Bill Engvall. Ron White's the legend of the four.
And Larry the Cable Guy used to be like.
You know, Larry the Cable Guy, early on, before he was Larry the Cable Guy, he would call into 98 Rock.
Really?
As like a character.
Larry as the Cable Guy?
I think it was as the Cable Guy. It may have been as a different character, but this is like in the 80s, I think.
Yeah.
But he was around here, and he would call in and be like
A
a
character.
little gimmicky dude.
That makes sense. Apparently, he doesn't even have that. That accent's like not real,
Yeah.
which is hilarious.
I don't even think his name's even Larry.
No, it's Dan.
And he's not a Cable Guy.
He's definitely not a Cable Guy. So he's just lying.
Yeah.
He's just a liar. That's what he is.
Hey, dude, that dude just came up with Get Her Done, and he makes $10 million off it.
Insane. I mean, Ron White, I don't think is. I think his act is more funny than like his jokes, because he's up there, he's smoking a cigar, he's drinking.
Right.
I don't think he drinks anymore. But he's drinking
Scotch,
Scotch, whatever, whiskey, Scotch. He's a good storyteller. He tells some funny jokes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Chris Rock's older stuff really funny.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart's had a couple good ones.
Kevin Hart is. I think people get worn out by Kevin Hart because he does so much.
He's in everything.
I feel like that people think that makes his stand-up less funny because he's like oversaturated. But I do think his stand-up is genuinely funny. His bit about like cussing to the teacher, his mom saying,
yeah.
"You long titty know that dude." That whole bit is great.
That was a great set. Yeah, and he's in all, and I feel like in every movie he's in, he's the same person.
Yeah. Well, I used to work for a company that does Kevin Hart's world tour every year.
The sound.
Yeah.
One? Yeah.
And we would like set up concerts and stuff. So they do Kevin Hart's like all the audio for all his arena tours and all the lighting and stuff. Like they do it every year. They've done it for probably like 7 or 8 years now. And I have not gotten to meet Kevin, but these guys have. And they said he is the same guy all the time.
Oh, I guarantee it.
They said that one thing Kevin always says is, "This is my life. I'm just making money off of it." He's like, "I'm just telling them true stories. Like my family's crazy. I just found a way to profit off of it." Like he's always just like a nice guy. But that's him all the time.
I bet most of them are.
Yeah.
Like Dave Chappelle, definitely that's who he is. Like he's just a real dude.
Dave Chappelle got jacked.
He's massive. Remember there was that thing about
Didn't he get cloned or
he
something?
cloned. That's what I was gonna say. Because if you look at like his features or whatever, he doesn't look. Something about his ears are different or whatever.
Oh, dude.
When he goes to Africa, and he turned down $50 million, and that whole thing is pretty wild.
Have we talked about conspiracy guy at my work on this
We have
podcast?
not brought him up. We might have to get him on.
So just because we're on this topic, I won't dig into conspiracy guy, but there's a guy that I work with. Of conspiracy guy.
Okay.
There's a guy I work with that's crazy into conspiracies. We'll have to get into it more, but his takes on things are nuts. And this is not an uncommon one, but I walked into the break room and there was posters everywhere, and it was Joe Biden, and it said, "Have you seen this man?" And I'm like, they're all over the break room, like 50 of them printed out. I'm like, what is going on? And the conspiracy guy walks in, and he goes, "Yeah, the Joe Biden you see on TV is a clone." And then he pointed at his ears.
Right, his lobes are...
What, they're like connected?
They're like detached in some, and then they're connected in some, and then it's like a lot of his facial...
He was like, "This is not Joe Biden. This is a clone."
He put that in your guys' break room?
Yeah.
Did he get fired?
No, dude, he's the man.
Everybody loves him.
No,
I've seen that conspiracy. I mean, there was one that said Jim Carrey was playing him. Like,
dude, if there's a guy to do it,
it would be
Jim Carrey could do any role.
Yeah, I would think they have either. They probably do have a double for him or something, because he can't. I mean, he can't talk.
I would be like, Putin's got to have a double.
It would make sense.
I would
for
want
people to have doubles.
I would want a double.
Right. So I could just stay home and then my double goes to work.
It'd be awesome, and you get paid.
Right. It'd be awesome.
You know, if we're gonna get into conspiracies, there's some stuff about to come out about the Epstein flight logs.
I thought they already. So they're supposed to come out this week.
Yeah, I guess it's been in court for a while. Now I think the New York Supreme Court is like, you have to release this information.
This is adding up with my bunker thing about Zuckerberg.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
He's on the list, and he's like, "I'm gonna just sit in this bunker, and you're not gonna be able to get me."
As soon as you brought it up last week, they're coming out.
They heard.
Yeah, they were like, "This guy's on us. We gotta."
So I'm on to it.
We'll see what happens. If Zuckerberg's on the list, I'm 100% in on your bunker theory.
And I'm not as scared of the world ending. Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And all the other yeah. I mean, the people that are on that list. I think there's just no way that it actually comes out. Or if it does, there's nothing they're going to be like. What are they going to do about it?
Well, I think what's going to happen is it's going to come out and it's going to be like, this guy, because like, what is it? Like, this Epstein like wrote down a bunch of stuff?
No, it's flight logs of people who visited the island.
But why do they have that? Like, if it's a private flight,
I think you have to. It has to be law. Every flight or whatever has to be
like if you crash or something.
I don't know but they.
Oh, okay.
They're probably gonna like just. What if they just say people's names that aren't there, but they're like, forget this guy. Like they put like Chappelle on there. Like we're tired of listening
to get after him.
We're tired of his jokes.
Something happened with Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel about the flight logs. Did you see that?
No,
Aaron Rodgers like made a joke about Jimmy Kimmel being on the.
Aaron Rodgers did.
He was like, Jimmy Kimmel's on the flight logs, and now Jimmy Kimmel's saying he's gonna like sue Aaron Rodgers or something. This is like the weirdest world.
Yeah, it's the internet. It's literally the internet. I feel like once the internet or like social media and stuff got like, it's just been nuts. But Jimmy Kimmel sucks. I think.
Is he? Who's the one that does the fake laugh?
That's.
What's that guy's
name? They all do that.
Yeah, but one of them does. Fallon does.
I like Jimmy Fallon.
He seems like a nice guy.
He seems fun.
Yeah, I agree.
I like Conan.
Conan is like 6'8".
Is he?
He's like tall as shit. Yeah.
He's a goofball. Look.
Conan of the group, Conan's like the one I would want to hang out with the most.
I like Conan. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel's. He's a punk. He might try and sue me for that. Just kidding, Jimothy. Sorry, we love your show.
Jimothy Kimmelthy.
Yeah.
Well, if we're just going to plug Aaron Rodgers real quick, can I just let everyone know that I won my fantasy football league? 2.
You won both?
I won both leagues.
Because remember that guy was, I don't remember what happened with that.
So I was going into my last, it was the Packers game. All of my players were done for the championship, and the last person left, the guy I was playing had Jaden Reed, and he needed 32 points. Most points this guy's gotten all season is 17. Most yards he's gotten all season is like 120. And at the end of like the first quarter, He's got like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
It's happening.
Remember, it was like the first drive, they threw a bomb to him for like 70 yards, and I was like, I'm going to lose. Luckily, he got hurt and didn't play the second half.
Oh. So what did he end with?
I think he ended with like 26.
Okay, so he was on his
Best
way.
game of the year for this guy, like by far.
It was at the tattoo league?
That was the tattoo league.
Oh, that would have. Yeah.
So I do not have to get the tattoo. I win. Immediately,
Who came in last?
our buddy Clay came in last. He has to get a tattoo.
Okay.
So his tattoo is kind of an inside joke, but it's going to be...
Don't tell us.
You know what I'm going to say?
No.
Okay.
I think we need to figure out how to get images on, like just pop
We'll find a
them.
way to post it.
Right, there's got to be some way to do that. Well, but you can tell me.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah, tell me later.
Well, as soon as I won, I was like, hey, babe, I just won the fantasy league. And she goes...
You said that to Clay?
No.
Oh.
To the fiance.
Oh, right.
And she was like, how much did you win? I was like, $800. And she goes, so where are we going to dinner? I was like, no, not up. I won the league. You didn't do anything. You get nothing.
No, I you know what you should have done? I'll take you to Chipotle. That's a win.
Yeah.
You can be upset about
You're
that.
going to be upset that I bought you food?
Yeah. Wow, 800.
Yeah, so we're going out to a nice dinner because she won.
Ruth Chris?
Duchess.
Oh, that is a... I hope she gets the prime rib and crab cakes.
Dude, not the crab bread. The Krabby bread at Duchess, best thing ever.
Probably $900.
Yeah.
But that place is that's a once in like 5 years type deal.
Yeah, it's amazing though.
Yeah. I would agree. I got third, so I got my money back. $50.
This was my first time ever winning a league.
So you're probably not going to stop talking about it.
Forever, yeah.
For in the history of life.
Yeah. Also, if you run a fantasy football league, if you're the commissioner and you don't collect all the money up front, you're a bad commissioner. Because my twin is our commissioner and he does not collect the money up front. So now I have to ask everyone to Venmo me.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of shitty.
After talking shit all week.
Yeah, you got to get it in.
So no one wants to pay me.
Right. You might not get paid.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I'm annoyed.
That's very upsetting.
But I won, so...
Well, with the NFL, so we can end on that. With talking about the NFL. Is anybody beating the Ravens?
They just beat the 2 best teams.
Right. Well,
They beat the 49ers, who's the number 1 seed in the NFC.
beat them bad. I mean, that was...
They whooped them.
They whooped them
But
on
they-
Monday Night Football.
They didn't whoop them as bad as they beat
Oh, the
Miami.
Dolphins.
Would they put up 55 points?
56. And the Dolphins put up... Well, they were missing their running back. Waddle wasn't playing. But I still... I mean, that's
Either
still,
way, Ravens were going to win that game.
Yeah, I can't figure the Dolphins out.
That might be the best game Lamar Jackson's ever played.
Anybody who is still doubting him is just an idiot.
So-
or actually racist.
I don't see how anybody can beat the Ravens. I will say, historically, I'm not a believer in the Ravens in the playoffs because they do dumb things. I think I said it before, the year they lost to the Titans because Lamar threw it 58 times. That's
Oh,
stupid.
Right. That's not their...
They've
identity.
done stupid things before, but they are unbelievable.
Yeah. Harbaugh should be up for Coach of the Year because all the injuries... They always have so many injuries.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that happens.
Dobbins got hurt immediately.
Right.
Again.
Mark Andrews.
Who's their best receiving threat.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the other guys are coming around.
Zay Flowers is good.
Yeah, he's lightning.
Dude, you know who might be the best player on the Ravens? Roquan Smith.
Oh, linebacker.
Dude, oh my
He's a
God.
beast.
That dude is terrifying.
You know where he went to college?
Where?
I'm pretty sure Alabama.
Did he?
I'm-
No, I think he went to Georgia.
Oh, Georgia, you're right. Georgia.
He's a dog.
Georgia, he's a dog.
The only team that has a chance at beating the Ravens, I think, is going to be the 49ers.
The Niners. I think it's going to be a rematch.
But the Ravens whooped them.
Yeah, but it's hard to beat a team twice.
So who do you think wins MVP?
After the last few weeks, might have to be Lamar.
Okay, separate question.
I think Hill was in the running. Him getting hurt kind of blew that. McCaffrey.
I feel like McCaffrey won't get it.
Has he won it before?
I don't think so.
When's the last time a non-quarterback has won?
I was going to say, the fact that Brock Purdy's in the front running over McCaffrey is so stupid.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It can't just be a quarterback by default.
That's like what it's come down to.
Right.
Which is silly. But if you think about it, it's probably not going to be a running back because
If it is, it's going to be McCaffrey.
They're not utilizing them as much anymore.
Right. Well, it depends on who it is.
McCaffrey, like you said.
The fact that Brock Purdy has Kittle and McCaffrey and Debo and Ayuk
Yeah.
and Trent Williams blocking for him,
Yes.
I feel like Lamar is a worse offense, and he's just such a more dynamic player.
Yes.
So let me ask you this:
I'm Lamar Jackson is my answer.
if Lamar wins the MVP and wins a Super Bowl,
Okay.
is he a Hall of Famer? 2 MVPs and a Super Bowl win.
I'm gonna say not now. When his career's over, yes.
Well, yeah, you don't get Hall of Fame while you're still playing.
I understand that, but I'm gonna say like if he were to end playing after
That,
right, I would say no. But I think his numbers are gonna keep going. He'd probably end up winning more MVPs. I think when it's all said and done, he'll be a Hall of Famer. But I don't think that would him getting MVP in Super Bowl this year would.
that's not enough because that'll be his second MVP,
And if he's MVP,
and he'll be the youngest person ever to get 2 MVPs.
and if he's MVP of the Super Bowl.
I mean, sure, if
But
he,
he's not even halfway through his career, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if he everything
I
he
think
stays healthy and
I think Lamar Jackson is 27 years old.
he's already the best Ravens quarterback of all time.
Gotta be.
My Flacco guys are gonna hate
Dude, so I'll say this, and I know this is crazy, and I don't think it'll happen.
that. Browns Ravens,
The only team that can beat the Ravens right now are the Browns. The only team.
dude.
Because of Flacco, because just whatever magic that is, and it's a division rival, and the Browns have a good defense.
Yeah.
If there's a team that's going to knock them off, it's going to be the Browns.
Well, the Browns figured out that hey, if we throw the ball to Amari Cooper a lot, we'll
Yeah.
probably win games.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Insane. If they still had, now Ford is a good running back, but if they still had Nick Chubb, they would be nasty.
Yes. Who was on my fantasy team, blew it out.
Well, Njoku or whatever their tight end's name
Yep.
is,
He's
he might be the most jacked human ever.
He is built like Predator.
Him
Predator,
and Amari
Predator.
Cooper have become like very legit receiving threats
Yeah.
because of Flacco.
Right. And Ford had a career game.
He's good.
Last game.
He's legit.
Yeah. It'll be. Yeah, so Lamar Jackson's got to be MVP.
Yeah, I agree.
And anybody who doesn't think so is,
Shut up.
I think, wrong.
If Flacco has to go into Baltimore to play the Ravens, does the home team boo Flacco?
No.
I'm going to say the Ravens don't boo.
The Ravens
I agree.
won't. Now, if it was in like Philly or something,
They would, yeah.
probably. But no, you can't. He brought you the Super Bowl. I mean, that Super Bowl run he had in the playoffs was.
Amazing.
I will
And
give him
he's
credit
about
for
to do
that.
it again.
Not a Hall of Famer.
Not a Hall of Famer.
But yeah, I think I'm going Ravens Niners in the Super Bowl.
I agree because the NFC, the Niners are the best team, and they whooped Dallas and they whooped Philly. So I don't
Yeah.
know who else is good in the NFC. The Lions?
I
Detroit-
don't. The Lions they're too inconsistent.
I'm not a believer in the Lions either.
I mean, they got hosed against the Cowboys.
And I'm going to say if the 49ers play the Lions, 49ers win by
Dominate.
by 20.
Yeah, the Lions are like maybe a year.
Yeah, they're close.
Golf? I don't know if I trust golf.
I don't trust golf. Because he was my fantasy quarterback this year, I can tell you
Yeah,
that he's not a good quarterback.
he's so inconsistent.
If they had now, I think golf is good enough to take him there, but he would need a lot around him.
Right. What did Cam Newton call him? A game manager?
Yeah,
And he is. That's what he is.
which is fine.
Fine. Brock Purdy, game manager.
Right, that's fine. Don't make mistakes.
Right. And I don't think that's an insult.
Right.
Like,
AJ McCarron had an amazing run at Alabama.
game manager.
He just didn't make mistakes. That's fine.
Yep.
If you've got the talent around you, that's all you need to do.
I agree.
Know your role. I agree. I'm going to say Niners, Ravens. I'm going to say
What's the division championships? What do you think those will be?
I'm going to say, see, I need to see the seeding.
I know. I think I probably got to see it too.
Ravens are going to be the 1 seed. What's the Browns' record?
The Browns will probably get
They're not going to be the lowest seed.
no. We'll have to wait until
Yeah.
next week, right? Because
We'll see the matchups.
how about the Bills situation? Did you see that? If they win, they'll get the 2 seed. If they lose, they won't make the playoffs.
What?
It's something like along the
That's
lines.
insane.
It was like if they win, they'll get the 2 seed. if they lose,
What do they play? The Patriots or something? They play a division team?
they play the Dolphins, I think.
Oh, wow.
Is it the Dolphins?
That would make
I'll
sense.
look it up. Yeah.
Because then they win the division,
Right.
which
so
would knock the Dolphins down.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The
But
Bills
I
are
think-
such a weird team.
I think they could get hot.
I agree. I could
They
see
get
the Bills
weird.
knocking off the Ravens just because they're the Bills and they're weird and talented, but
Chiefs, I mean,
Chiefs suck, dude. No way.
yeah, I don't think they can do it.
Chiefs receivers are so bad and the Ravens are nasty. Their defense is going to whoop them.
Yeah.
All right, next week we'll get into conference champions. We'll do our whole picks for playoffs.
Okay.
I will tell you how I was correct about Washington beating Michigan,
Okay.
and we'll see how my New Year's resolution is for more naps.
More naps going forward. Guest coming. Next week's episode 10.
They don't believe you.
But they don't have to. Episode 10, I mean, kind of a
We
big,
got some ideas.
kind of a big deal. We know who's going to be first.
This might be a good one for it.
I will text this person.
You just
They
wait.
said they were down after New Year's. You know who you are. Local legend.
Their resolution was to come on the Rocks.
It could have been. It could have been. So I would, we'll see. I will shoot him a text. But it's coming. So,
All right, and maybe Epstein tapes. Lot to look forward to.
not tapes. I don't want to watch tapes.
Sorry,
Flight log.
flight
What is
logs.
it? Flight log of this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something about that guy.
We hit a little bit of everything today.
Yeah,
Sports, holidays,
chicken wings,
breast milk,
chicken nuggets.
resolution.
We might have more next week. It's shaping up to be a good one.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right. Thank you for joining us on the Rocks episode 9. We'll see you next time.